John Podesta got booed heavily here in the Trump headquarters. But again, we really don't know. We're waiting just along with everybody else to see what happens. We do not know yet. It is looking like they might wait until tomorrow.
All right, Natasha, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Mark Beatty, 04.
Yeah, I was just going to note that this is not that different from what happened in 2004. I was actually at the rally in Boston, and Edwards came out and gave a brief speech and said that, we're going to go to sleep. It's 2 or 3 in the morning, and we're going to look at this in the morning, and Kerry conceded in the morning. So I think this is not without precedent. This is not something that is new and different.
Okay, but to that point, then, why not send Tim Kaine out?
Right.
I think that's a great question. I'm not sure why they made that.
So
choice.
right now, I just want to be, again, transparent, honest about the fact that we have a lot of questions and a lot of theories. None of them, though, are predicated on actual information. And so, I want to be honest about that with you, those of us who've been with us for the past few hours watching this all go down. And to that end, I want to pivot the conversation a little bit away from the theory of what happened there and a more proactive conversation about, if you are Camp Clinton, what do you do tomorrow? What do you say tomorrow? And if you are Donald Trump, what is the message that you are putting together, and when is the appropriate time to deliver it, right? I mean, they both ended up most likely in a scenario that they had not anticipated. There are a bunch of you here who have run your own political campaigns, who have run other people's political campaigns. Gabby, what would you be counseling her right now?
Her?
Yes.
I would be counseling. Yeah. I would be.
But I mean, assuming she's passed this on to John Podesta, what's done is done.
Yeah.
Right? It is now almost 2:20 in the morning on the East Coast. Would you be writing a concession speech? Would you be writing one version that's we won the popular vote, one vote that we didn't? Would you be making an apology for the fact that, how do you approach this, especially knowing the stakes in terms of bringing the country together?
You have to run with it, right? Already she made the decision to not show up, and you have to say thank you. You have to speak to the beauty of the millions of people that came out and did vote for you. I think it's pretty simple, right? Keep it simple and classy. I'm just really confused. Given that those are the most ardent supporters, she's going to have to do something tomorrow.
Because just from a logistical perspective right now, there are advance team members who are like, I'm going to have to get new pipe and drape. I'm going to need a new staging location. All of that stuff that goes into the pageantry of politics, right? They chose the Javits Center because it has a glass ceiling. They were so committed to that imagery. Where do they do this tomorrow? How do they do this tomorrow, right? I'm asking about the speech. The speech, in some ways, is the easiest component of the whole thing. How do you restage an event like this in a way that connotes support?
I think, look, at this point, I would also be considering, how do I place myself as the continued leader? How do I talk about what we are going to do to move forward?
And do you really believe that that is an option for Hillary Clinton?
Well, you asked as former candidates and as former people who've run campaigns.
Right. But let's talk
from my perspective, I think that's what she should do. Now, whether or not she's going to do that or not is a different question.
But that's not what I'm saying to you. What I'm saying to you is, does Hillary Clinton have any claim after losing a Democratic primary 8 years ago, after losing this defeat, even if she wins the popular vote, to say, I will continue on as the leader of what, the Democratic Party?
No, I think that she doesn't proclaim herself the leader. I think she figures out language that tries to bring people together, that talks about the coalitions, that talks about Bernie Sanders, that talks about, the various supporters that she's had in the coalition what that support looked like.
The only person that can give that speech would be Joe Biden. I think he'd be the most rational person to go to try to unify the country. But Tim Kaine and Hillary Clinton are a little bit tainted right now.
But this is still a historic. Hold on. This is still a historic candidacy. Yeah. She is still the first woman to win a party's nomination and to be on the ballot and to have a chance to vote for herself.
Right.
And I think she's going to talk about that.
Absolutely, and she should.
And half the country probably voted for her, right?
That's exactly right.
She's going to win the popular vote. I mean,
she's still going to lose, right?
So she's going to lose the Electoral College, but I think it makes a difference that she wins the popular vote I think I mean, it's clear she has made history with her candidacy under any circumstances at this point.
But with an
so I think
election-
there are things that she has to say.
With an election this divisive, the only message, the only thing I would be well, two things. Number one, do it on Twitter, sweetie. It's cheaper. And secondly, the only thing that she needs to be concerned with right now is to unite America, not divide it, not to defend herself, not to make excuses. Unite America, because this could get, ugly.
All right. Well, to that end, I want to kick things over to Ryan Nurse, who's outside.